basics. What size is your classroom management room? Okay, so first you have to know yourself. So you have too big a room, and you're not quite sure where your room is. You have too small a room. Too big a room, the kids will act out. Oh, I can get out here. Oh, I can get out the door. Oh, I can bounce off this wall and bounce back here. Too much room. Okay? That's like I am so cool that I let kids do everything. Because if I get mad at them, oh, they'll think I'm uncool. I am afraid of consequences. This person is afraid of consequences. They are, they want to be cool. They want the kids to like them. They'll let the kids do anything. This person had a parent, probably, maybe, that gave them too many consequences, and that's what they think is good. And so you can't even move. Okay? Quiet. Wait. Don't mess with your hair. Wait, sit. You know, it's too little. And then it's like, sit here, get your work done. That's not right either. So you have to have a room that's logical, calm, and the most important thing is you have to respect the dignity of the child. The most important thing is you have to, so the first key under the basics is you have to discipline with dignity, okay? Each child deserves to have their dignity remain intact, okay? So when we talk about punishment, it more has to be the word consequence. It more has to be a responsible, logical consequence. We should not be thinking of mean or cruel, and if you're thinking that, then rethink what you're doing with kids, because the key thing is really to maintain their dignity. A long time ago, I used to supervise summer programs, and a teacher had put a little circle on the board, and the child had to put their nose on the circle.
What?
Yes. So that is so not okay. No. But a lot of times we don't realize that even what we're doing is undignified. And another school, I used to put kids' names on the board if they misbehave right here. And after a while I realized, oh, that's not really great. So I now keep a class list on my clipboard. And then I put little marks on the clipboard. But even putting their name on the board, sometimes even stopping the whole class, you have to decide, are you going to use the whole class as punishment or just one child? So you have to always kind of weigh it. But the key thing is you want to maintain the child's dignity at all times. Don't do anything that would harm a child, okay? So does that make sense?
Yes.
So think, how big is your classroom management? Is it a big box? Is it too small? Or is it just right? So you have to say what you mean, and you have to mean what you say. If you talk out one more time,
yes,
and then you go on, and then you go on, and you go, I have told you, if you do it one more time, and you teach, one more time, the kid's going, she doesn't mean it. She's going to keep telling me, and I can keep doing it, because she's going to keep telling me. And then it becomes a game. How many times is that teacher going to tell me? So you have to say what you mean, I mean it, and you have to mean what you say. Don't say, I'm going to, I don't know, I'm going to take you out in the back and, put you in timeout across the hall, and then, I don't know, don't get crazy. Only say what you can do. And what you can do in an after-school program is very little. You don't have a recess. You don't have a principal to go get. You can't call Sean. He would come in and be the tough guy, and you can. But you don't have a principal. You don't have a recess you can take away. You don't have the relationship with the parents. So you're in a tough situation. You have to be on the spot in the class because it can't be involved in the school. So we're going to move on to procedures and protocols. Generally, I have 3 rules. I don't think it's a bad idea to put the rules on tagboard and give everybody the same rules. I mean, it's not a bad idea. So the rules are: be safe, and I put this in my classroom. When I sub, I put it on the board. Be respectful, and do your work. A lot of things come in 3s. It's easy to say to the kids, I have 3 rules. Be safe, be respectful, do your work. So it's not a bad idea for Sean to say, here's the rules, we're going to put them in the classroom. I take your class on Friday, and a month later I move schools and take your class. Oh, same rules. It's really good. 3 rules, that's the first tool. The second rule is you always have a warm-up ready to start the class. Ramiro has 15 minutes. He could have those kids be doing something. You don't want to interfere with the lesson, but it could be an alphabet list of words they remember. In the curriculum, there's many games. It could be a short game. You have flashcards in Spanish. They're sitting there. You're like, flashcard, flashcard. You know, you just do something so that they are learning and engaged. So you always want to have something ready at the start of class. What I had ready for you was sticky notes and an activity. But games are good. We call them warm-ups. Third thing, attention strategy. So this is wonderful. It's a tool. It's very small. It can go in my backpack. Just ready? Ring the bell. This is the coyote. Quiet.
Mm-hmm. I learned that from my kids. I was like, what are you doing?
Everybody, and a lot of schools, they teach this at outdoor.
Yeah.
A lot of kids know it. This,
Yeah.
perfect. And kind of, you wait. Okay? Another signal is, I do raise your hand when you're listening. Raise your hand when you're listening. Okay, you should be writing this down. Raise your hand when you're listening. Okay? And another is 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Everybody has a little routine. Honestly, I find the bell is good because it's different. It's loud. It's effective. Put it down. It's good. If I use freeze, then I also said melt. So everybody's playing a game, and I go freeze, and I wait until everybody, and what happens is the freeze spreads as you wait. Freeze, 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 and then finally Sean's still wiggling, and we wait, and he looks around, everybody's frozen, he stops. And then I give, oh, I forgot to tell you, but on the back of your worksheet you need to do this, this, and this. Melt. And then, okay, melt. So you do freeze, and you do melt. Okay? You want to have a box ready in the classroom, I always did, with something in to do if they finish. You say, I want you to do this and complete this activity. Okay, Fred Farkle is my imaginary student, Fred Farkle. Fred Farkle, superstar. Okay, I'm done. And you're like, oh my God, everyone else is working. Here's Fred. So you go, Fred, here's the box. He takes out the flashcards. He takes out the colors. He practices the Spanish. Goes back to work. So you always want to have something ready. You will always have someone who's done. Also, you want to say, oh, could I check it? Because some kids, it's all wrong. So you go, oh, Fred, let me check it. Circle it. Oh, fix that one. Fix that one. Good. Okay, you always want to check if that kid is so fast.
I usually ask the kid that is fast to help his partner, the person who is next to him, so he can use time helping the other person. So
It's a good idea in the classroom over time. Parents don't like that. They say, my kid finishes early. What does he get to do? He gets to help someone else. Over time, in a classroom like yours, it's probably okay. But over time, in a big classroom, parents are like, he's done. He needs something to do. Parents go, he's so smart, right? Mm-hmm. He needs something. If you have a little something, it helps. Because they can also help their friend. But a lot of the smart kids are told over and over again, if you're done, help your friend. Then they kind of learn, oh, she doesn't know I'm smart. I learned something. I could practice something else. It's good to have a little something for them to do. When I substitute, I have things that are a little difficult for if they're done. A little tricky so that they get challenged. Because the kids that finish first, they don't want to really it's not a punishment to say help a friend, but in a way they want to have something positive. They finished, wow, give them something else to do. Okay, check this out. Awesome strategy, okay? I've got the kids' names on here, okay? Nathan's on here. Okay, I need to know the capitals of the United States, okay? Okay, here's Fred Farkle. Oh, I know all of them. And truly, he can name all of them. I want everyone in the class to think for 3 minutes. I want them to think Washington, Colorado, Denver. I want them to think. Meanwhile, here's Fred Farkle. I know. So, I go, can I let you think? I wait. Oh, look, it says, oh, Nathan, tell me one capital.
Sacramento, California.
Thank you, Nathan. Good job. Okay. Rosa, tell me one capital.
Chicago.
Good. So Rosa's name? in here. Oh, Karina, tell me one capital.
Denver.
Denver, okay. And I didn't get your name tag.
Julio.
Julio, name tag, thank you. So, by doing this, I have increased my learning time. I've increased my thinking time. I've taken away Fred's need for attention because he wants me to see him, right? He wants me to see him and notice him. I'm kind of ignoring him, but oh, now it's Fred's turn. Fred, he tells me when. So, I will give Sean the tools. Look. I will give Sean all the tools, and you can grab some on your way out, okay? It's better in the classroom to use plastic, because these I just grabbed, but usually a couple of plastic tins like this, because you don't want anything that would break. It works every time. And then when you're done, then you just start with this side and go back to this side, okay? So that's called the sticks. That's the tool in your toolbox. Okay. Another procedure. I need kids to work with a partner. The activity is partner-based. When they come in, they reach their hands in and they pull out a cube. Okay? They reach their hands in, they pull out a cube. They reach their hands in. Okay, I need the yellow people to go work together. The yellows go together, go work together. The reds go work together. Okay? So you get them in partners by colors. You can have 3, you can have groups of 4, and you can have pairs. You have this ready. You have to have the number of students in your class. If I have 10, I have 10. If there's one odd one, I have to pair up with them. So you use colored cubes, or, wonderful idea, always have a deck of cards. Always, always. Teaching tip, numbers. I can make any number in the world. Sam, tell me what number this is. 312. What number is this? 414. Oh, what's numbers this? 5,000. I can do numbers. Okay, teaching tip. But for partners, I've taken out everything and I just have 2 of each. So as you come in, when you come back in from break, you're going to pick a card. And then all the ones go together, the 2s. Then you've taken away the friends that always work together. You have given them a different partner, and you've taken away the bully. I want to be with you. I'm always going to work with my friend because I'm insecure. They always want to work with their friend. No, you work with your partner. I have carefully prepared the number of kids and the number of cards I have. Okay? So cards are wonderful. You can use a deck of cards for many things. Okay, the bathroom problem. The rule is if I'm teaching, you may not go to the bathroom. When I'm done teaching and I'm sitting down and I'm working and you're working, please, one at a time, get up and go. But if I'm teaching, that's important time. So I was subbing yesterday. I start teaching. I need to go. Wait. I need to go. It's an emergency. If it's an emergency, you're kind of stuck. Because again, you don't want anyone to have a problem and lose their dignity. So once you say, okay, but if that same kid every time, talk to the parents. Do they have a bathroom problem? Some children do. They have a bladder infection. So some children have a serious problem. But talk to the parent, and the parent will say, my daughter needs to go to the bathroom anytime. But generally speaking, the rule is if I'm instructing, no. Work time, yes. Did I see a hand, Liliana?
I was just gonna say I had that with one of my students. He had to go to the bathroom, so I'm like, wait a minute, I need to finish this, and then you go. So I finished that, and then I'm like, okay, you can go now. And he left for like 15 minutes, and I was worried. I'm like, what is going on? So finally he came back, and I didn't say anything there because the whole class,
Very good.
you know.
Right.
So I'm like, I was just quiet. But at the end of the class, I asked him, I'm like, I noticed you went to the bathroom, but you stayed there for 15 minutes. What happened? And so he's like, I'm sorry, I have this problem that when I need to go, and it takes me a while it takes a while in the bathroom. So I asked his mom later on, and she's like, yeah, he has that problem. I'm like, oh, all right.
Right.
And it's usually when he eats cheese. So he cannot eat cheese, but that day they had nachos for lunch in the
Right.
school,
Oh,
so he was sick.
Right.
So yeah, but those things happen, so.
And it's not bad to have an idea like, it's not bad to have them sign up here to go to the bathroom. This is a checkout. This is not making them feel bad. If you put it up here because they're in trouble, bad. But if you want to know that they're in the bathroom and then you see them come back, You have 10 kids your first day, and at the end of the class you have 9 kids, you're in serious trouble. So you need to make, so signing out on the board is not bad. So when can they use the bathroom, Nathan?
When it's work time.
When it's work time. And a lot of the time you instruct for 5 or 10 minutes, excuse me. And then you have them do work and then they can use the bathroom. Works really well. Timers work really well. Timers take it off of you, whatever it is you're doing, and put it on the timer. Okay, the timer says we're going to work quietly for 5 minutes. Timer, and these are nice because they stick, right? So they're nice, but when I teach, I often use my phone. My phone has a timer in it all the time. You don't even realize, you can just put your phone here, ching, timer. So a timer works. Okay, so we're going to play the game for 5 minutes, and when the timer goes off, we have to stop. It's taking it off you, Isabel, as the bad guy, puts it on the timer. Oh, it wasn't me. The timer went off. It's time to stop. Oh, okay. And they'll stop. They love timers. They love anything that makes it interesting. And you can say, oh, we're going to work quietly. Okay, in 5 minutes you can get up and move around the room and do your play, but you're going to have to prep for 5 minutes. In 2 minutes, I'm going to call on you to tell me the capitals. You have 2 minutes to think. For that little kid that has a learning difficulty, giving him 2 minutes to think is a wonderful, wonderful gift. And the last tool is a clipboard, because this clipboard, I can have my lesson on it. As I'm walking around, I'm going, oh, Gabby got this lesson. Oh, Gabby understands how to use verbs in Spanish. Oh, Guillermo, he got it also. So I'm using sticky notes. I'm like going, oh, Nathan, you did such a good job on that paper. I'm putting a sticker on. I'm using my clipboard as a kind of a way to keep things organized for me. And I can put stickers on work. I have my plan here. Oh, it's time for lunch. I just walk around all day with a clipboard. Oh, I talked to Rosa 3 times. Oh, Rosa, your name is on here. Nobody else can see it, but Rosa knows. Oh, Rosa, that's a warning. Rosa, so you're in trouble. But only I know. And then later I can take the sticky note and I can do something with it. So for positives, I use stickers. I use praise. I just go around and go, I'm walking around like this. Nice notes. Look, she's even, nice visual. Good job. I'm just walking around giving positives. That's all I do. It's just from the moment. Okay, you can use stickers. You can use notes, and you can use charts. So, I'm going to give you all a note. The end of the day takes 1 second. Oh, Catherine, you are so quiet and listening today. You get just write her a little note, send it home. It doesn't, you each can have one just to keep for an idea, because you're building your toolbox, right? This goes in your toolbox. You get one each. And, okay, these are extras, and this goes in your toolbox. So this just adds to your toolbox. I'm just going to write them a little note. They were wonderful today. John learned 6, Julio, right? John learned 6 words today in Spanish to the parent. And boy, is John excited to take that little note home. You got this. You're good. So, little tools for praise. You're not overdoing it, and then you have this little Fred Farkle. I want a note. Well, Fred, maybe if you didn't raise your hand every 2 seconds, I'd give you a note. So you just use them here and there. And the charts, I'm going to give you each a chart. You can write, let's say, Fred Farkle for being good. And every 2 minutes, I give him a star. He's working. Anyone that has real trouble, you break it down into smaller amounts of time and give them a little star. This one you can use for anything. You can use it for behavior, you're in your seat working, get a star. Okay, you didn't talk for 5 minutes, you get a star. So you can buy these, and I'll give my eyes again. You can take those. It's just another tool to use to get kids to pay attention. If they know you're looking at stuff, they're going to, she's watching me. They're going to step up.
I just want to say that these ideas that Rosemary's presenting, we're going to try to buy these things for you folks. So I know that it's hard for you to go out and find time to get these things, but For example, we bought stickers for almost everybody. And like things like this, we'll come up with something that's more, this is kind of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, doesn't totally work for you, because we only have class Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so we're gonna put these things together. We're trying to do our best to make things as easy for you as possible and have all these resources for you, so just so you know. We won't have it today,
Right,
but we'll have it for the new year.
right.
Or maybe next week or the following week, so.
Right,
We'll let you
so
know.
I put these right here, as I walk around, I'm gonna write a little note about whoever I called on. Say me your name again? Sandra. I'm going to write Sandra a little note, and I'm gonna keep it here, and then at the end of class, I'm gonna give it to her. You could write every kid's name on a note, and then at the end of the week, you could make sure you've given every kid a note. Just put a pile here with every kid's name on, and every day, just give out notes. Okay. Another positive. You guys get a break. So, you've been so good, I'm going to give you the letter B. Nice job. 2 minutes later. Okay, we're still working hard. You've earned the letter R. Okay, 2 minutes later. E, A.
Nice.
You've earned your break. Good for you. So that's a positive. Earn the break. Okay, with grown-ups. They love it too. So you just carefully spell, I'm sorry. Fred, you've been talking too much. I had to erase it. Now you don't get a break till you earn it back. Okay, now you're quiet. You've earned it back. Good. Now you can you actually play them a little bit. You play with it a little bit. You want a break. They need a break. You make them, but they see it and they're like, she's going to erase one. You just you're talking and you go, and they're like, And now we're going to talk about raising the level of concern. So now we're on number 4. We've talked about your basics, we've talked about procedures and how you run the class. We've done some positives. Now I'm going to raise the level of concern. What that means is Fred doesn't care what I'm going to do. He doesn't care. He's important, he's proud of himself, he doesn't really want to be here, he doesn't care. So just by standing next to somebody, Maya, I'm just kind of watching Maya, she's a little naughty. Just by standing next to them, he's like, she's next to me, Just moving yourself around the room. I'm going to come over here because these guys are talking, and I'm just going to stand here and talk for a minute. Then I'm going to give them a look. I'm going to give them an evil look. But I'm not saying anything, I'm still teaching, and if they keep talking, I give them another look. But I've moved near them. That's the first level. So we're raising the level of concern by starting here with a look. And I'm standing next to them. And Fred doesn't care. I have to raise Fred's level of concern. He doesn't care yet. So the next step is I state the consequence. Fred, I've talked to you, I've stood next to you. Fred, if you do that again, I'm just going to have to write your name down on my sticky note here and give you a warning. Okay, so Fred now is a little concerned. But I write his name down, he's still not concerned. I implement the consequence. Fred, that's a check mark. Fred, that's another check mark. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to talk to your parents today. Now, his level of concern. When I mention this word, their level of concern can get higher. Not with every kid. If their parents do nothing, then it's not. But if their parents care, and generally they're paying for this class, you raise their level of concern. So you can also raise their level of concern with a couple other tricks. So I'm going to give you these. This one says zip it. You just quietly don't stop talking, and you just put one on their desk. And it means zip it. They see it, and they're like, oh my God, she put something in front of me. What's she going to do now? So I'm giving you each a zip it, and I need to listen. Oops, not listening. You just put it on their desk. Now, that's sometimes all it takes. So, Isabel, will you pass those out? You get one each. So there's a zip it, and there's another level of concern. How many of you play soccer? Football. I knew it. So what I learned from playing soccer is that I can use soccer cards to raise the level of concern. Okay, so first, everybody you can go different ways, but let's imagine you say everyone in the class is green. Everyone is green. Okay, Julio, you're green.
I'm green.
You're green. Everybody's good. They are good to go. Okay, Julio, he is still messing around, so I don't say anything. I don't stop the teaching. I hold it up like a soccer referee, and I smack it on his desk gently. He's got a orange card. Okay, well wait, no, we're gonna start with yellow, because from green, we go to yellow. So Nathan, Julio, you're yellow. Okay, he keeps messing around, orange card. And that might be all you want. You might want a warning, then you might want a yellow. He gets an orange card, I'm gonna talk to his parents. Okay, so you use soccer cards. These I had laminated when I was a teacher. You can just cut them out of paper. You can start with green, and then you can go to yellow, and you can end with red. A stop sign, you need to stop. Liliana.
And that is an excellent strategy also because we're teaching foreign language. This brings in the culture. So we, in Latin America, we play soccer, right? So we can bring in the culture by doing something like this in the classroom.
Right. And it's very effective. When you put something in front of someone, Sean, and actually I shouldn't do it that way. I shouldn't be mad, right? I'm not mad because again, I want to preserve dignity. So I'm just going to go. But you give them the card, and if they get another card, it really works. Because anything that they can see or touch or that's different, they're like, wait a minute, oh, she told me to zip it, I better, just as a reminder, okay? So those are ways of raising their level of concern. She's gonna do something, she's gonna do something else. He's gonna keep going till I behave.